The station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Well, good morning, everyone. Happy Saturday. We are waking up to plenty of sunshine out there. Today will be warm temperatures, lower humidity, so definitely get outside and enjoy it. We'll have a check of that forecast coming up.
Coming up this morning on DC News Now, a new tactic to combat crime in the district. Police ramping up enforcement of the city's juvenile curfew, when officials say kids have to be off the streets, and how people living in the region think it'll impact the city. Plus, a case of malaria confirmed in the state of Maryland.
We're hoping that we won't see any ongoing transmission of this, and we haven't seen any indication of that.
Why officials say you should be aware but not concerned about catching the virus. And later, local police cracking down on drunk driving, when and where you can expect to see sobriety checkpoints popping up around the DMV. And right now we take a live look outside. The sun shining down on the National Cathedral here in Northwest DC. Going to be a beautiful weekend to get out and enjoy the sunshine. Not a cloud in the sky out there. Good morning. Thanks so much for joining us for DC News Now. I'm Randy Bass in for Tosin Fakile. We get to our top stories here in just a few moments, but first we're checking in with weather forecaster Brittany Ward. Brittany, going to be a really great day to spend some time out there.
Absolutely, Randy. Your time now, 8:59, 7:59, and overall shaping out to be a beautiful start to our morning. Satellite and radar is showing you the overall picture. There's that high pressure that's going to slip through this afternoon, going to keep us quiet and provide the sunny skies we're going to be seeing today. But stepping out the door right now, temperature is still fairly cool in a few locations. Take a look. Woodstock, pretty chilly out there. Your temperature right now getting into the upper 40s. 64 currently in Hagerstown, 64 as well in DC, 58 as you head over there to Martinsburg, West Virginia. But you factor in those dew point temperatures, very comfortable out there. Lots of dry air across the DMV. These dew point temperatures will be comfortable as we head through the afternoon and your Sunday. It's Mondays when we start to see an uptick in our humidity. So definitely keep it here. Check that forecast coming up.
All right, Brittany, thank you. Right now, D.C. Mayor Muriel Bowser and the D.C. Police Department are taking a new approach to curbing crime and keeping teens safe in the district. It all comes as violent crime increases year over year. There are a few key focus areas where officers will ramp up curfew enforcement efforts across the city. Those are Chinatown, Navy Yard, U Street, areas around the Howard University campus, 16th Street and Columbia Heights, Petworth, along with parts of Benning Road and Congress Street in Southeast.
Our focus here is to ensure that our youth are safe. Parents, we want you to know where your kids are overnight. We want our city's youth to be safe and to be home during overnight hours. Our goal isn't to arrest our young people, but we want to ensure the safety of our youth here in the District of Columbia.
That curfew will be enforced for anyone under 17, Sunday through Thursday, 11 p.m. to 6 a.m., and Saturday and Sunday, midnight to 6 a.m. This new curfew enforcement effort is one of just several new tactics already at work in the district in an effort to bring down violent crime. The police department is also committing to adding more cameras throughout the city. That includes household and business cameras, along with cameras operated by the police department. They say if you buy a camera, the city will cover its cost up to $200 through its rebate program. Acting Police Chief Pamela Smith says cameras make a huge difference when it comes to solving cases.
Video footage is extremely helpful for our detectives in identifying and closing cases. We are asking our residents to continue to take advantage of the district's camera rebate program. In addition, if you have information about illegal firearms in our community, please share that information with the Metropolitan Police Department.
Yeah, you heard her. Acting Chief Smith really encouraging people to help get guns off the street. If you report someone with an illegal gun, the city is offering rewards between $1,000 and $2,500 for info that leads to an arrest and seizure of a gun. Tips surrounding ghost guns, though, are eligible for an extra reward between $5,000 and $7,500. And our team here at DC News Now spoke with people living in the district about the new curfew enforcement efforts. Here's what they had to say.
I believe the curfew is an excellent idea. It builds structure back into the home for a lot of parents who have children that's a bit challenging.
As you just heard, some people are in favor of the stepped-up enforcement. So far this year, 80 kids aged 17 and younger have been shot in the district. 12 of them died, but not everyone thinks the curfew will work.
I understand that people are concerned about crime. I understand the desire to feel safe in our city, but the mayor's curfew initiatives are backwards in thinking. They employed tactics from decades ago that have been proven time and again to be ineffective and counterproductive.
DC Police also launched a new robbery suppression team. As of Friday, there have been nearly 2,200 robberies in DC this year. In all of 2022, there were fewer than 2,100. Robberies in the district are already up 5% with 4.5 months to go. However, Acting Police Chief Pamela Smith says since the launch of a new program 3 weeks ago, robberies in high traffic areas have decreased.
Since launching this initiative, we've seen a 21% decrease in robberies. The officers assigned to the unit have arrested 30 people and taken 26 guns off of the street. Initiatives like this one will allow us to focus and hold violent offenders accountable, and we will continue launching initiatives such as this to address issues that are driving crime.
Smith says she and her officers will continue their community walks to hear what residents want to see from the department. And meantime, in Rockville, the City Police Department is taking another approach to combat crime. They're offering gift cards for up to $200 in exchange for weapons. The gun buyback program is scheduled for next Saturday, August 26th from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m.
Last year, when we did our first ever gun buyback in our partnership, we recovered over 300 firearms. It was wildly successful, more than we thought. It was so successful that we had it at the police station. We had to move it this year to Redgate Park because we backed up traffic.
Yeah, this year it'll be on Avery Road in Rockville. You can turn in guns anonymously. That buyback is available to everyone, even if you're not a Rockville resident. And developing this morning, the Maryland Department of Health is reporting the first malaria case not related to travel in more than 40 years. That person is now recovering at home after being hospitalized. Our Daniel Hamburg spoke with an infectious disease doctor who says people shouldn't be concerned but should be aware of any possible symptoms.
Every year, Maryland has about 200 cases of malaria reported.
One of the reasons is we have, I believe, a lot of people in this area who do travel to places in the world where malaria is more common.
Places including sub-Saharan Africa, parts of Asia, even places in Central and South America where malaria is much more common. Dr. David Blythe with the Maryland Department of Health says the person infected with this particular strain didn't travel, though.
The infection occurred over the last week or so. We received the confirmatory testing back from CDC this afternoon.
The Maryland Department of Health won't say where it happened, only that it's somewhere within Charles, Prince George's, Montgomery, or Frederick counties. Symptoms include
high fever, and then sometimes other symptoms, including muscle aches, sometimes nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea.
If you do plan on traveling overseas to where malaria is more common,
before you leave, check in with your doctor to see about getting preventive medication, because there is medication that you can take to prevent getting malaria.
Blythe wants people to be aware, not afraid.
We're hoping that we won't see any ongoing transmission of this, and we haven't seen any indication of that.
That was Daniel Hamburg reporting. One lingering question: if mosquitoes that carry the virus are so prevalent, why don't we see malaria more commonly? Experts say this is likely due to improved mosquito control and people staying inside more often. The end of the summer happens to be peak season, though, for mosquitoes, but there are ways to protect yourself. Mosquitoes are usually more active at dusk and at dawn. You can wear bug spray and light-colored, loose-fitting clothing. Also, make sure your window screens are intact so the bugs can't get inside your home. And remember, viruses mosquitoes can carry, like Triple E and West Nile, are very rare.
We probably see a lot more people being exposed to Triple E and West Nile virus, but they're not getting that sick. Healthy immune systems, they're just kind of getting a real mild viral illness and then not even going to the doctors.
Some people still can get really sick. If you start getting flu-like symptoms and it's not the flu or COVID, you can head to the doctor. And in Fairfax County, a pilot program will soon give hundreds of dollars to families every month. The Guaranteed Income Program launches this fall. 180 families in the county will begin to receive monthly payments. Similar programs are also underway in Arlington and Alexandria. Our Haley Milon explains who's eligible.
There There's a nationwide network of about 130 of these pilot programs that aim to show that redistributing wealth is a good thing and that policy should be implemented at the federal level for guaranteed income programs. Now, the program in Fairfax County has some similarities to an existing program in Arlington, and the organizers for that program tell me lives are changing.
You know, folks just sort of said that they were waiting for a break. They were waiting for something to give them, you know, some newfound hope.
Brian Marquin of the Arlington Community Foundation works closely with the families receiving $500 payments each month. The foundation partners with the County Human Services Department to disperse $108 million over the life of the program. And because the program relies on private dollars, participants won't lose existing benefits such as SNAP.
Guaranteed income does fill gaps. It does not replace the safety net system.
Ann Vorterbruge of ACF says guaranteed income isn't the same as universal income.
It's actually the polar opposite.
The Fairfax program will be funded by $2 million in ARPA funds. The 180 participating families will be chosen randomly. Household income should fall between 150% and 250% of the federal poverty level. For a family of four, that's between $45,000 and $75,000 a year. Families will receive $750 a month for 15 months to use however they wish. Participating in Fairfax could impact other public benefits. So the county recommends checking in with your case manager before applying. George Mason University researchers will track how participating families fare. Vorterbruge says that it would take federal action for the movement to actually stick around because of both the price tag and complications posed by state laws.
There's no way that local governments or philanthropy can sustain this.
Applications for the Fairfax program open up on September 23rd and they close on October 3rd. To find out if you live in an eligible zip code, go to dcnewsnow.com, keyword search Guaranteed Income Pilot Program. In Fairfax County, I'm Haley Milon, DC News Now.
Haley, thank you. That program comes as we learn income has grown 3% on average across the country. This is according to the U.S. Census Bureau. Smart Asset surveyed the nation's 124 largest cities, and a third of them reported double-digit rates of income growth. Here's how Virginia cities fared on that list. Chesapeake landing the number 15 spot with 14.9% growth. Norfolk's growth over 10%. Arlington saw about 5% growth. Virginia Beach coming in just over 3%, and Richmond saw income growth under 1%. And we're stretching your dollar this morning. Time is running out to take advantage of Maryland's back-to-school tax-free week. It ends tonight at midnight. The tax holiday applies to some clothing and footwear priced at $100 or less. It also includes the first $40 of a backpack. Brittany.
All right, Randy, your time now, 8:11, and overall going to be a gorgeous day out there. Lots of sunshine to go around both today and tomorrow. 86 is expected to be the high today. 91 as we head into your Sunday. We see an increase in our temperatures and our humidity as we head into your Monday. 95 is expected to be your high as we kickstart your work week. So definitely keep it here. We'll have a full check of that 7-day coming up.